What's good, good people? Let's talk. Man, I got an article to share with you guys. Before we get started, man, thank everyone for watching the video. Hey, thank everyone for the interviews. Hey, click that like, share, and subscribe. HBO special, y'all already know. Help a brother out. Hey, man, I want to introduce this video to you guys. I want to know what you think, your thoughts about this video. Top Air Force leader rises alarm on slumping standards. Admits China-Russia threats. Second best won't cut it. What you think? Second best won't cut it. Let me get to part of this article. A top Air Force leader acknowledged the concerns of military members who have complained of failing standards in the Army. In the branch, arguing the problem could lead to the U.S. military falling behind China and Russia. What do you think? Do you think the pacifying of today's military is putting us behind, babying them, letting them go to IG about things that's going on in the unit just because somebody tell you you can't wear a particular piece of clothing or that you're out of regulations when your uniform don't look the standard? What do you think? Are we falling behind? Based on my travels and conversations with airmen of all ranks, I have noticed a common concern regarding standards. Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, Joanna S. Bass, wrote in a memorandum to members Tuesday, history shows that when standards erode, military capability and readiness decline. Just like I just said. What do you think? What do you think? When things as far as standards go down, do you think readiness declines? Like, are we ever ready for a war? If you really look at it, but we're talking about today, these soldiers today, the standards, the complaining, the not wanting to work. Like, at this moment, recruiting numbers are down. So, we get not too many kids coming out of high school going straight into the military. And, I understand. You got to give these kids something to look at, something to be hopeful for. And, it's always some bad thoughts or bad talk about the military and how messed up soldiers be once they get out. Some true, some false. The letter comes as all branches of the military have faced questions over the seemingly woke turn the country's armed forces have taken in the recent years, with some critics arguing that prioritizing programs such as diversity, equality, inclusion over standards and training have left the country ill-equipped to win future conflicts. Now, those three elements, I don't think that's not part of the reason why we're not going to, that like diversity, equality, and inclusion. Inclusion part, I don't know probably how they're coming from. Like, you have to be included in everything as far as a soldier knowing everything. Yes, you do as a soldier. Because back in, when I was in, if they told you to do something, you just do it. And some soldiers, they really don't learn that way. A lot of soldiers need to be told this is why we do what we do. This is why you have to do this. So I can understand that portion. Equality and diversity, yeah. But hey, I want to know what you guys think. Like, based on me, I go on a military post at least 4 or 5 days out of the week because I still go to the gym and listening to conversations. Conversation is different from what the complaints are totally different from when I was in. These soldiers complain a lot about little to nothing about the food. Hey, man, when I first came in, I was getting those 3 hots in that cot. Much appreciated. Hey, I was eating that food. like it was no tomorrow. Child time, okay, I'm there. You know, we marched to that was probably the happiest moment of my day. Going to that child hall. Like, man, I always got an A in child. And that bed, some people, you know, they come from a standard of life, but that's neither here nor there. And I can sit back and say it's what I see as far as appearance. It's changed a lot. It's changed a whole lot. But I'm neither here or there. I'm not against it, but I'm not for it. But I do think that today's soldier won't be able to win a war because they're more catered to, they're more pandered, you know, they're more likely to get their hand held through situations and like through it all. Things are also ever changing as far as the standard of appearance or what you can wear or wear, not really having a standard of how you look. That's what I'm trying to say. How you look, your appearance. You're allowed to go to mama and daddy if you have a problem with your NCO. You're allowed to. You must. It's always an open door policy, but when I was in the military, you want to handle it at the lowest rank before it gets above. We can handle this right here before it gets here. Hey, what's the problem, soldiers? The mentoring is different. The leadership sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It sucks. From what I've been seeing, it's like really no mentoring. Like it's that comply part of the commitment, you know, do as I say, but you have to explain why you're doing it. And there's nothing behind it as far as any care, as far as what I see. But you know, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think today's military is ready to win a war? I'm gonna leave you guys with a quote. I need those comments. Thank you guys for them likes. Hey, John F. Kennedy, the cost of freedom is always high, but Americans have always paid it. And one path we shall never choose, and that is the path of surrender or submission. We need to get to that point once again. Hey, who's up next for formation, man? Y'all already know what I say. Let's talk. Out.